"We don't need him, Mama," Obinna would say, his voice filled with determination. "We have each other, and that's all that matters." And with those words ringing in her ears, Ego found the strength to carry on, knowing that she was not alone in her struggles. Meanwhile, Mamachi watched with growing concern as her son's marriage crumbled before her eyes. She had tried her best to counsel Endi and steer him back onto the right path, but her efforts had fallen on deaf ears. "Ndi, my son," she would say, her voice filled with worry. "You are treading a dangerous path. You must think of your family and the consequences of your actions." But Endi remained stubborn and obstinate, refusing to listen to reason. "I know what I'm doing, Mama," he would reply, his voice tinged with arrogance. "Oge is the woman I was meant to be with, not Ego." And with those words, Mamachi felt a sense of despair wash over her, knowing that her son was lost to the allure of false promises and empty dreams. One day, as Mamachi made her way through the village, she encountered Oge on the path, her presence a bitter reminder of the pain and heartache she had caused her family. "Oge," Mamachi said, her voice laced with disdain. "What are you doing here? Have you no shame luring my son away from his family?" Oge's eyes narrowed at Mamachi's words, her lips curling into a sneer. "I will do no such thing," she replied defiantly. "Endi is a grown man, capable of making his own decisions. If he chooses to be with me, that is his choice alone." Mamachi shook her head in disbelief, her anger boiling over. "You are a wicked woman, Oge," she spat, her voice filled with righteous indignation. "Mark my words, you will pay for the pain you have caused my family." And with those words, Mamachi turned her back on Olga, her heart heavy with sorrow and regret. As months passed, the charm that Olga had used to ensnare Endi began to fade, leaving him disillusioned and empty. He looked upon Ego and Obinna with regret and longing, knowing that he had betrayed their trust and love for the false promises of Olga's company. "I'm sorry, Ego," he whispered, his voice filled with remorse. "I never meant to hurt you." But Ego remained silent, her heart hardened by the pain and betrayal she had endured. She refused to forgive Andy, knowing that he had chosen his own path and left her and Obinna behind. Meanwhile, Olga's true colors began to show as her pregnancy progressed. She became increasingly demanding and manipulative, refusing to allow Andy to see Ego and their children, lest he be reminded of the life he had left behind. One fateful day, as Andy stood before Ego, his heart heavy with guilt and regret, he knew that he had to make amends for the pain he had caused. "Ego," he said, his voice trembling with emotion, "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but please, hear me out." Ego looked into Indy's eyes, seeing the sincerity and remorse reflected in his gaze. "Indy," she replied, her voice softening with compassion, "you have hurt me deeply, but I cannot deny the love that still resides in my heart. I will forgive you, but know that trust must be earned, not given freely." And with those words, Andy fell to his knees before Ego, tears streaming down his cheeks as he begged for her forgiveness. "I will do whatever it takes to make things right," he vowed, his voice filled with determination. As weeks turned into months, Andy worked tirelessly to rebuild the trust and love he had lost with Ego and Obinna. He showered them with affection and attention, proving his commitment to their family with each passing day. "I'm sorry, Mama," he said, his voice filled with remorse as he knelt before Mamachi, seeking her forgiveness for the pain he had caused. "I know I have disappointed you, but please give me another chance to make things right." Mamachi looked upon her son with tears in her eyes, her heart heavy with regret for the role she had played in pushing him away. "Ndi," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "I forgive you. You are my son, and I will always love you." And with those words, Endi felt a weight lift from his shoulders, knowing that he had been granted a second chance to make amends and rebuild his family. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Endi and Ego worked together to heal the wounds of the past and rebuild their family anew. They forged ahead with renewed love and devotion, their bond stronger than ever before. Meanwhile, Olga watched from a distance, her heart filled with bitterness and regret as she saw Endi and Ego grow closer with each passing day. She knew that she had lost him to the love and loyalty of his family, and she vowed to never let go of the bitterness and resentment that consumed her. But Endi remained steadfast in his commitment to Ego and Obinna, refusing to be swayed by Olga's empty promises and deceitful charms. "You are an evil woman, Olga," he would say, his voice filled with conviction. "I want nothing to do with you." And with those words, Endi turned his back on Olga, knowing that his true happiness lay in the love and warmth of his family. As time passed, Ego and Endi found peace and happiness in the love and laughter of their growing family. Obinna grew into a strong and capable young man, his laughter filling their home with joy and light. And one day, as Ego looked upon her family with love and gratitude, she knew that their journey towards healing and redemption had been worth every trial and tribulation along the way. "We are blessed, Ndi," she would say, her voice filled with emotion as she held his hand in hers. "Our love has triumphed over adversity, and our family is stronger because of it." Ndi would smile, his heart overflowing with love for his wife and children. "Yes, Ego," he would reply, his voice filled with pride. "We are truly blessed." And as they looked towards the future with hope and optimism, Endi and Ego knew that their love would endure for all eternity, a testament to the power of forgiveness, redemption, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. So, dear viewers, we have come to the end Ego's story. The moral lesson: life is filled with trials and heartaches, but it's through these struggles that we find our true strength. Ego and Endi's story reminds us that even in the darkest times, love and resilience can light the way forward. Their journey teaches us that we must cherish the bonds we share with our loved ones and draw strength from them. No matter how difficult the path may seem, hope and perseverance will always guide us towards a brighter future.